Welcome back to my writer's room, everyone, and welcome back to day 3 of Hamshackle's Hangry Holiday Advent Vlog. I am Matt Wallace, and all through December, all month long, I'm dedicating each episode of the vlog to a member of Team Hamshackle. I'm dedicating each episode to a member of Team Hamshackle, and I'm talking about what you all want me to talk about. And today we're going to reach back into our Team Hamshackle request bag. And today's episode is going to be dedicated to Rich F. Kacy. Rich, massive supporter of the vlog, and pretty much everything I do is always retweeting it and talking and saying good stuff about it. Rich, very fond of tweeting snarky responses at me, and even if I don't always reply, I always appreciate the effort, Rich. Thank you. Today is dedicated to you. And Rich wanted to know, talk about why you live in Southern California, of all places. People, expense, all of that in the sunshine. Oh, the horror of it all. And that is a very relevant topic these days in a lot of ways. And something that my wife and I spent a good part of this year thinking and obsessing about, because we moved this year. We bought our first home. We got married and we bought our first home in Southern California, which is no small feat these days. We actually have no feet left. They cut one off when you apply for home ownership. It's just the price you got to pay now. At least it feels that way. But, so here's the thing. I was born in Downey, California, down south here, in 1982. And I left California when I was about 15 years old. Became a professional wrestler. And in the truest carny tradition of professional wrestling, I lived a very nomadic life. I lived in New York. I lived in Dallas for a number of years. I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. About 7 years ago, I came back to California, to LA, to the Valley, for that most prototypical of reasons. I wanted to break into the entertainment industry as a screenwriter. That was why I originally came out here. I came out here with a friend of mine, Edward Earl Newton, who now does the How to ADHD YouTube channel with his wife Jessica. Came out here together, got a crap hole apartment in the Valley, and we're just like, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do the thing. And, varying levels of success on that. I'm not complaining. I found myself in a good place. Not the place I thought I would end up 7 years ago when I came back to California, but a place I wouldn't be anywhere else right now. I love my wife. I love our life together. I love my writing and what I'm doing. And though, in full disclosure, I can't lay claim to having a legitimately, entertainment industry-driven job in a couple of years. I've mostly just been doing the books. That's still something I'm working on, and still something I consider myself a part of. And that's one of the reasons to live in California, because this is where the entertainment industry is. That all kind of changed for me when I proposed to Nikki, my wife, and when we started kind of planning our life together. Because Nikki is from Orange County. Her whole family is from Orange County. Generations back. Her grandmother and grandfather came out here in, I think, the 60s from Chicago. And they bought their first home, for the price of a shiny nickel and a plate of pierogies, because that's how much a house cost back then. And they've just been here ever since. We live now, the home we bought is within 15 minutes of her mother and father's house and her grandmother's house. And then her sister and her husband live in Pomona, not too far away. So her whole family is concentrated here in Southern California. And that, honestly, is the main reason we are still here. And I'll tell you, there were plenty of nights when we first got serious about trying to find a home, a house for ourselves. There were plenty of nights when we'd lay in bed and I would Google the 10 best places to live in America or whatever, the 10 most cost-effective places to live, and I'd have these involved borderline masturbatory fantasies about Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'd just be looking at I'm like, oh god, it's a 4-bedroom for $120,000. Let's buy 3 of them and join them together and make a Mecca house. Just ridiculous shit like that, because it is so ungodly, prohibitively, detrimentally, just lethally expensive to own a home out here. But we kind of didn't have any choice, because Nikki is very family oriented, and she's not going to leave. Another one of our favorite fantasies was because a lot of Nikki's law school friends, she's an attorney, they've, not a lot, but several of them, have moved to Texas because there's no state tax there. They have a metroplex, and you can buy an amazing home for like what will get you a small condo out here. And we've been out there and visited them and stayed with them, and it's a humbling experience to go somewhere where home ownership is both affordable and like borderline opulent, and then come back here and like, you know, if you want to rent a studio in Ventura, you have to, you know, sign over your firstborn child to them. So we would fantasize about just like creating a compound in Texas and moving her whole family out there so we could go. But that's just not, you know, feasible. Like, she's got, again, her sister and her husband, they are never leaving Southern California. They love it out here. Her grandmother's like 95 years old. So here we stay because family's very important. I have family out here now, like just coincidentally. That's honestly not why I came out here, but we ended up settling about 15, 20 minutes from like all of my cousins who I grew up with as a kid, just randomly. That's how it just ended up working out. They all moved. We all kind of moved to the same place. So, and you know, my mother lives in Phoenix, which is, you know, which is drivable to where we are now. So that is honestly, that's the anchor that keeps us here in Southern California at this point. It's family, and then my tenuous connection and grand aspirations into the entertainment industry. And the thing is, like, I have no illusions or rose-colored glasses about Southern California anymore. It's a place. It's a place like any other, and it's a place that's too expensive to live in for what you get for it, honestly. It's not... Like, I lived in Dallas for several years. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of things about Texas, but Texas has just as much going on for it as Southern California is when you really break it down. None the least of which everything is on fire, literally and constantly here now. As I'm recording this, the wildfires in Ventura, you know, are driving friends of mine from their homes, and that's like a common occurrence these days. So it has its pitfalls, it has its advantages. You know, I'm glad, having lived in New York and living back east, it's nice not to be shoveling snow and coming across dead rats in the stoop of my building, which is a thing I used to do when I lived there. That's certainly an advantage. But yeah, it's a combination of those things, and I'm realistic about it now. We're here because Nikki's entire family is here, and family is important to us. And then secondary to that, honestly, at this point, is I still am pitching television shows and trying to work in television, and this is where that's centered. So that's what keeps us here, and that's what makes us put up with all the shit that you have to go through to own a home here and eke out an existence here. And we're very fortunate people. I'm not complaining about that. But, you know, we're also not like wealthy people. It's this year was a struggle, man. Like, selling a place, buying a place, moving into a place, renovating a place, planning a wedding, getting married. It was an expensive, stressful, costly year. But honestly, as we've gotten past all that, we're settled in a new house, we've had our wedding, we're married, we're kind of getting everything sorted. It's the end of the year, we've come through the fire. I find myself very content with everything that we accomplished this year. And there's so much more I want to achieve. So much more we need to do to this place that we want to do to this place, and so much more we want for our future. But for right now, I legitimately feel like everything we did was worth it. So yeah, I mean, Richie didn't really ask, is it worth it to live here? But that's really the question. When I start thinking about why I live in Southern California, it always comes to the question of, is it worth living in Southern California? And as opposed to, you know, again, buying 3 houses in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and creating Mecca House, which in my head has lasers. It wouldn't have lasers in real life. Nikki wouldn't let me have lasers, which is totally the right call. I am not a person who should have access to lasers. But in my head, our Mecca House in Fayetteville, Arkansas has lasers. So coming back to the question, is it worth it to live in Southern California? It's worth it to us, and that's the best you can ever come up with in terms of an answer to that question. You have to do what's right for you and your situation and your family at that time. And right now, right here, I think this is the right place for us to be, as difficult as it is. So yeah, that's living in Southern California, at least from our perspective. It's difficult to live anywhere these days, and we're at 9 minutes now. I'm not going to get into the cost of the housing market and debt-based culture and how we're all just getting fucked every day from every angle and how we've just completely come to accept it because it was a gradual process. I'll do another episode on that another time. Right now, we're doing the holiday vlog. I'm trying to stay positive. So that's the positive take on living where I live. So yeah, Rich, I hope that fulfilled your expectations, fulfilled your request for the vlog here. Again, this episode dedicated to Rich F. Kacy. Thank you for all your support, Rich. Thank you to everybody's support from Team Hamshackle for the vlog and the channel, Angry Writer here, and all the things that I do. It means so much to have all of you be a part of that. It helps me get through it, man. It helps me do it. So yeah, that is day 3. I'll be back tomorrow for day 4. In the meantime, please hit the comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about on the Advent vlog here, what's important to you. As I said, I'm dedicating an episode every day to a member of Team Hamshackle and talking about what you want to talk about, what's important to you. Hit the comments, give me a request, ask me a question, anything you want. You have total carte blanche. As I said yesterday, this weekend, Saturday, December 9th at 2 p.m., I will be at Mysterious Galaxy Bookstore in San Diego for their annual holiday party. Me, a bunch of other authors, refreshment books, come out party, meet us, buy some books, we'll sign them, we'll have a good time. If you're in the area or you're able to make it, I'd love to meet any and all Sin du Jour readers or fans of the vlog or just whatever you're into that I do. Come out and say hi and let me know, and let's hang out. It'll be a good time. Also, Hamshackle's Hangry Holiday giveaway is still going on. If you subscribe to the channel between now and December 24th at midnight Pacific Standard Time, you will be entered into a drawing for one of 2 amazing mystery boxes filled with swag, with books, with prizes, with all kinds of cool stuff. So if you haven't, punch that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your family, come subscribe to Angry Writer. We're having a good time here. I will be posting the first episode of Hamshackle's Holiday Gift Guide later today. Me and my wife are giving you really cool gift suggestions and doing special holiday gift unboxings, having a great time with that. And yeah, just everything happening this December. We're trying to have a good time. We're trying to eke the holiday magic out of an otherwise craptastic year. So check out all of that. Spread the word. Hashtag Team Hamshackle. I'm Matt Wallace, and I will see you tomorrow.